Hi, I'm Dr. Jim Fazone. I'm principal at the SIPEC Center at the Mercer County Technical Schools. I'm here with Gary Mattia. He's principal of the Assaping Center at the Mercer County Technical Schools. And we have with us, as always, our producer and director, Nick Sikowski. Today, we're going to kind of be wrapping up the year and maybe talk about, some things that happen outside the school. I don't know. Mr. Mattia, you have any thoughts on this? Any questions for the good?
Well, now that we're getting till the end of the year, we certainly don't want to stop and not take advantage of the facts that some of the things that we had to deal with all winter long are starting to become a little less. You know, you can go outside now, and you don't necessarily have to wear masks. But what are some of the things, Dr. Zone, that you enjoy doing outside, so to speak?
Well, and I'm going to add to that. I enjoy doing them. And then sometimes they can be a learning experience. You can go for a walk with a family, with your younger brothers or sisters, point out the birds, go maybe fishing or to a lake, look at the wildlife. You can look at the vegetation. Some people like to go to state parks and national parks. The shore is close by. You can drive to the shore, take a walk on the beach. And maybe visit a museum. We're in an area where we're close to New York and Philadelphia, as well as Princeton, and there are many art museums. The plays will be opening up soon. There will be some, I think the movie theaters are opening up, ball games, whether you like soccer, football, or baseball, hockey, those kind of things. You can watch them on TV. And again, these fun things that we have. I also like maybe just having a meal at home with the family, sitting around the dinner table, talking about what people did. It's always a nice thing to listen to what people are doing, just like you're asking me the question. Ask your brothers and sisters, mom and dad, how was your day? I think those are kind of learning items that take place along with maybe reading a book, that one of your favorite books. What do you like to do, Mr. Mattia?
Well, I think one of my favorite things, of course, is reading. But one of the things I think it's important to remember, Dr. Rizzo, like you're talking about, when school ends, education doesn't end. Education still goes on. There are plenty of things that we could do with our families and friends that are out there for us. And we can continue learning all summer long and preparing to get back to school in the fall, which, of course, from what we've been told, will be a regular school experience. I know that everyone is looking towards that. But outside for me, certainly I like taking care of my, tomato plants in my garden and things like that. That's something that's really special. I look forward to it every summer, and I learn a little bit more each year about, the proper way to take care of it and, what soil to use and fertilizers and things like that. So that's been a lot of fun for me, and that's what I enjoy doing. When my son was younger, most of the summer was watching him play baseball or different sports, and that was always fun. Seeing his friends over the house and things like that. But one of my biggest hobbies, Dr. Fazone, is definitely reading. I love to read, so that's one of my biggest things.
Yeah, and I think when we're talking about reading, and I know we've talked before about certain authors that you like and certain books that you like. For our students and our listeners, it can be fun to read, but read something you enjoy. Pleasure reading is a good thing. You might like to read magazines. Some people like comic books. Some people like books themselves. But I went the other day. I was looking for something for work. Actually, we went to Barnes and Noble. Not that we're doing any commercials here, but man, it was just I could sit down and pick up any book I wanted and read it. And they really don't seem to care if you read their books and put them back. Which is nice. And then sometimes book ownership can be fun. So sometimes I like to buy a book, but pick up a book, try to read it, see if you like it. If you don't, pick up something else. Listen to what some of your friends are reading. They'll tell you some interesting books. And I know you've shared some titles with me. Who's your favorite author? I remember you told me you had like two.
I really like James Patterson.
Yeah,
I like James Patterson. And I like Michael Connelly. Yeah. I like the detective, private eye kind of books. I like those the best.
And who's the fellow that writes those law books? Pelican Brief. I draw a blank on his name.
Don Grissom.
Yeah, his book. I've never read a book by any of the two authors you mentioned, or Grissom. I've never really read a book from them that I didn't like. But again, that might not be what our listeners like. I know we have a lot of comic book fans. I know we have, like, whether you like, some people like those romance novels and historical novels. And so,
Biographies.
biographies, right? So I think for the summer, people can read, they can take walks, they can, you don't need to necessarily spend money. You can go to the library and get a book, get those books.
Yeah, and try and engage in some outdoor activities. I know Mercer County Park has a lot of things that are going on all summer long. So you
Yeah.
can certainly go over. Yep. I think you go on their website and they can list some of the things that they have happening in the summer. So that should be exciting too. We're getting to the end of the line, as they say, the end of the year. So a lot of exciting things are happening at school, but don't think that, learning and education stops when school stops. You go on and you do all that through the summer. And, most importantly, Dr. Frazone, everyone needs to be enjoying themselves a little bit and doing things that they like.
Yeah, I think one last thing I would say is you have some younger brothers or sisters or cousins, might be fun to do something with them, whether it's reading or playing ball with them, having a catch. Time spent with children is never wasted. And in doing that, you develop a nice relationship with your younger brothers and siblings, and maybe take some of the heat off mom, dad, and the parents and guardians, so that you're spending some time doing some babysitting. I think that's a good family thing. So do we have anything else we need to talk about?
I think that's about it today.
Okay, so from all of us here, and I guess we may only have one more show, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Are we being canceled? It's like kind of like a Netflix thing that we're gonna have to have a closing show. But for now, we still at least have one more week. So for all of us here at the principal's office, I'm Jim Fazone, along with Gary Mattea and Nick Sikowski. We will see you next week, probably for the last time in the principal's office. Bye bye.